You may find this hard to believe, but a lot of guys never turn the stove on at dinner time. They grab the phone and call for takeout. The truth is, any guy can be an ace in the kitchen. Adam Rapoport of GQ magazine has some easy cooking tips that all of us should know. All right. Start us off on a good foot here. How you doing, man?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
You need the tools, Harry. You got to have your tool.
Got to have the right equipment.
All right, so we're going to run through some basics. You need this fish spatula. It's a basic spatula, but more flexible, more nimble for pancakes.
And this is key.
Why is that key?
Well, because you have oil and you're trying to pull something out of the oil that has to drain through.
Harry's cooked before, apparently.
Apparently so.
All right,
what else?
Professional chefs, they always say the most important tool is your hands, but when you can't use your hands, you use tongs.
Tongs a lot.
You're flipping steaks, you're twirling spaghetti, everything. An extension of your own fingers.
Okay.
You need a whisk.
Yes.
You need a whisk for your homemade vinaigrette, oil, vinegar, a little
Or just
mustard.
even if you're going to scramble some eggs.
Scramble some eggs, homemade whipped cream. Oh, I'm supposed to leave it on here. I'm not supposed to touch it. All right. Santoku knife, the Japanese style, Wusthof, everybody makes them now. You don't need like the 10-inch chef's knife. You don't need to be Jacques Pepin. You get one of these guys, you're slicing your onions, you're mincing everything. Perfect, easy.
Can I say I have a couple of those? Love it.
Yeah, you just use them all the time. Use it for onions, use it for fish, everything.
This is really good.
The microplane grater. When you and I are growing up, you had the big box grater and you had to grate the cheese at the table. No. You take your cheese over the pasta, done, throw it in the dishwasher, easy as that.
And here's what's really great about this, with the cheese, with the Parmesan, it comes out really fine and really terrific. Exactly right. And then you also use this for with citrus.
Citrus, you could use it for nutmeg in the holiday season.
You the man.
Everything.
These are manly ideas.
Manly, and affordable.
In the kitchen.
All very affordable.
All right, now what are we doing over here?
All right, then we got some kind of secret weapons here that kind of make everything taste better. Fresh breadcrumbs, you got your stale bread, you throw it in a Cuisinart, or if it's not stale, you just put it in the oven for a little bit till it gets crunchy. You use that on salads, you can use it in pastas, you use it in macaroni and cheese, everything. You can saute in a little butter first if you want.
But you've got herbs here.
Don't ever use the dried herbs. Parsley, super underrated. Chop that up, throw it in anything, makes it taste fresher. For lamb and the more sturdy winter dishes, rosemary's great, fresh chives.
Rosemary rocks.
Rosemary's awesome.
You have a couple of kinds of salt here.
Salt. All right, wait, we're not done with caramelized onions first.
No.
Caramelized onions, awesome. Makes everything taste better. Steak sandwiches, grilled cheese, little caramelized onion, just cook them in a pan for 45 minutes, low heat,
I bet if I open your refrigerator, all you see is caramelized onions.
And you'd be a happy man. All right, salt, most important ingredient in the kitchen. For cooking, for, pasta and whatnot, use kosher salt. Just grab it, pour it in there, and always use more than you think. That's how the pasta takes on flavor, how potatoes do. Sea salt, Malden sea salt, love it. You just grab a little, you sprinkle that on at the table.
Don't let Mike Bloomberg see with all that salt.
Whatever. Salt sensitive. All right.
Right, we got to move quickly.
All right, we got to move quickly. We got a pan sauce. Your basic pan sauce for steak, chicken, fish. We're doing steak.
You got some shallots.
Actually, we're doing chicken here. We got shallots, which are kind of like onions, but a little bit more flavorful. After you've cooked the chicken, hold on, not yet. You throw this in the shallots in the pan, saute it. You put in a little white wine. Oh, it's like a real cooking show here. You reduce that so it almost cooks all the way down. We're going to speed this up. You throw a little.
Like that.
Yeah, you're going to throw a little chicken stock in there. You cook that down. Then you got this over here. Finish it off with a couple of pats of butter, if you don't mind.
Just for the record?
Yes, please.
And if you're courting a person, and you invite somebody over and they see you do this, and you put that white wine in there, and the smell alone is like,
bam, done deal. And you do that sort of thing. So we're going to swirl this around a little bit. You finish it off, you pour it on there, and it looks like that when it's all done, nice and caramelly and lush and sweet and acidic and perfect.
See that?
Boom.
Even any real man can make that dish.
A man's got to eat, Harry.
That's right.
You might as well know how to cook.
Adam, way to go, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done. Really super. For more kitchen tips, you can go to our website. That's earlyshow.cbsnews.com.